Okay, he did it. He did that. Let's see the girl come out now. Let's see the girl come out now, though. Oh my goodness. What's up, guys? It's your girl Shonyx, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. Y'all, it is finally the day. It is finally the day. It is finally the day we go to Fontaine. Let's freaking go. We gotta go to Caravan Rabat. Why? I'm just so excited. I'm not even gonna preamble. We're just gonna get right into this, y'all. I know I've been delaying this for so long. We had so many story quests to do. We had to do an interlude. Like, there was so much. But now, this is what a lot of you guys say is the best plot line. Like, I've heard it was Sumeru and I've heard it was Fontaine. A lot of people say Fontaine is the best plot line of all of Genshin. I know that they also changed the banners now. Now we got Kinich and Raiden Shogun. But like, literally, I only have 36 pulls. I'm not even going. I'm just gonna keep saving, honestly, because I don't got much money, bro. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Now let Paimon think. What were we up to the first time we came here? Oh, Paimon remembers. Nahita's consciousness had been trapped by the doctor, but we followed the clues she left behind to help her.
Right, good memory, Paimon.
So much time has already passed since then. And it seems Sumeru's changing for the better now that Nahita's in charge, right?
Yep.
Paimon just hopes this peace will last a long time. And then Nahita won't have any more new problems to deal with.
Yeah, as long as we're around, it's hard to say what will happen.
Yeah, guess you're right. We somehow always find ourselves right in the thick of it. Who knows what will happen next?
Right?
Come to think of it, maybe it's all because of you. Maybe you're just a magnet for trouble.
Hey now, calm down now, Paimon. I'm thinking that you might be the problem, Paimon.
Huh? Me? Before Paimon ran into you, Paimon never ran into any trouble. At most, when she was super tired, Paimon got caught in some strange whirlpool and sucked out into sea. And even then, you fished Paimon out.
I wonder, what was that?
Anyway,
what had Paimon end up in the sea?
Maybe we should think about heading to our next destination.
Next stop, Fontaine.
Ah, look who it is. Running into you in a place like this? I can see you two still love wandering around.
You know, we're just explorers. We're adventurers.
Oh, it's Dia! Since when are we just wandering around? We're usually taking care of some serious business.
Yeah.
Even though it may have nothing to do with our journey.
Yeah.
But never mind that. What brings you here?
I just finished a commission in the desert for a usual client of mine. Nothing too interesting. Just escorting a shipment of goods. I'm on my way to report back.
Oh, okay.
That's when I saw you two all the way over there, chatting away. What were you two talking about anyway?
We're preparing to leave Sumeru and head to Fontaine. Who's listening?
Huh?
Who's listening?
You serious?
Yeah?
Can't say I saw that coming. But you are travelers after all. I guess you'd never stay for too long in one place.
You know?
Bumping into you like this will become a rarity.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel sad just thinking about
Aww, we'll miss you, Dea.
it. Hey, how about I gather a few mercs to escort you two? What do you say?
Thanks, but no need.
Why is bro listening in on our conversation?
Miss us so much. But don't worry, we'll come back to see everyone when we get a chance.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All you need to do to get to Fontaine is cross this stretch of desert and navigate some waterways. Knowing you two, I'm sure it won't be anything you can't handle. So, when are you leaving?
We'll leave as soon as we finish a few more preparations. What preparations?
Oh, wait a sec. Paimon just remembered there are still a few dishes in Sumeru that Paimon hasn't tried yet. Now, where's that list Paimon made?
Okay, Paimon. Bro, what is bro doing? Why is he listening in? And he looks like he's from Fontaine. Who is that?
I see. Guess you won't be needing a going-away party or anything. It's sad enough to see you go like this.
Yeah, no, we don't need a going-away party.
Now that I think about it, Sumeru wouldn't be what it is today without you. Seems true heroes always prefer leaving quietly.
Yeah, that's true.
By the way, should we go say bye to Nahita?
In her case, she'll know from our dreams anyways.
Oh, good point. Then there's no need to bother her in the real world.
Then I guess this is goodbye for now, traveler in Paimon. Whether as a client or a friend, you're always welcome to come find me.
Bye, Dea.
Goodbye, Dia. Bye-bye, Sumeru.
All right. So where are we going now? After settling matters in Sumeru, you approach the border with Fontaine. So where are we? They're just teleporting us there? Interesting. Usually before, they would always have us literally travel there. Whoa. Whoa. So, let's take a picture. So where are we on the map? Oh, right here. Oh, okay. So I guess they didn't force us to walk all the way. It's so interesting how it goes from desert to water. Whoa, what in the world? There's a huge drop off over there. So can we take a boat there? Can we, what, like, oh, there's a wave rider over here. Okay, interesting. Look at all these boats. Is that an elevator to the top? Like, it's so interesting how it changes from desert to just, I don't know. Could I go in here with this? Will they let me in with my wave rider? No? Okay, there we go.
Whew. After crossing all that sand and water, we finally made it. Oh,
This is really pretty.
Port. Wow. Everything looks so advanced in Fontaine.
Yeah, this is the most advanced I've seen out of all the
industry
nations.
Here is extremely developed, and there are all kinds of unusual machines.
I heard, and it's about what I imagined.
Seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found something to do. What do you think?
Let's start by meeting the Hydro Archon.
Yeah, Nahida gave us loads of useful information. Seeking out the Seven is probably still our best source for information at this point.
Yeah, our journey is to find my sibling and also to find the truth.
The more we can learn, the better. So, what do you think the Hydro Archon's like? Will we get along? Nahida said that she has a very unique personality. Whatever that means.
I don't know, we've gotten along with basically
To
every
learn about a
Archon.
nation's god,
Well,
start
besides
with
Raiden
the
and Shogun, but
nation's
now we're
people.
friends.
There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
Alright.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy how things ended for him. Clearly, he was a pretty decent person.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family.
What are they talking about?
I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened.
Huh?
Still, his story is quite the tearjerker.
Huh?
Excuse me. Can I help you two? I couldn't help
Sorry,
but notice you
eavesdropping.
standing here
Look, it's
listening.
Lynette!
Hi. We're travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we wanted to ask, but you seem to be really busy talking about some kind
Oh,
of
play.
so we didn't want to interrupt.
Play? Oh, no,
Oh.
no, no. We're talking about something that really happened. In
Oh.
fact, it's a case that was just heard a few days ago.
Really?
Really? Like a real trial? But the way you were talking about it and the words you used just now made it sound like some kind of story.
Well,
Huh.
good tales are often based on true stories, aren't they? And
Huh.
what you see in reality may also be someone deliberately putting on an act while harboring ulterior motives.
Okay, I like
Whether
her outfit.
something is true or not simply isn't that important. The main thing is whether the story being acted out on the stage is splendid enough. Oh, but it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine
Huh.
Court of Justice is called the Opera Epiclese,
Huh?
or more commonly known as just the Opera House.
So the trials is an opera?
But, shouldn't court cases be treated a little more seriously?
Interesting. So court cases are like
Not to
plays over
question
here.
Fontaine's way of doing things. It's just that putting someone on trial is usually a very serious thing.
Yeah.
No worries. Other visitors to Fontaine have wondered the same thing. You could say that we just don't want to waste the moving stories behind those cases.
All right.
And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honorable Chief Justice Neuvillette.
Oh,
As well
okay.
as the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, a machine
the what
created
now?
by the Archon.
The what
Between
now?
the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
The Oratrice Mécanique. Okay, so yeah, okay, Nation of Justice.
You're a trees? Is it some kind of machine too? Oh, Paimon's curious. We should check it out if we get the chance.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Paimon almost forgot to ask you our question. Do you know what we should do if we want to meet the Hydro Archon?
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Furina practically lives there. You could definitely say it's her biggest passion.
Oh, okay.
Huh. I think what they mean is that they wish to speak with the Archon personally.
What do you
In that
mean?
case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult.
Uh-huh.
You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether or not she has any time slots available.
Time slots.
Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care of official stuff? Wait, didn't you say that she's always at the Opera House?
No.
Huh?
Lady Furina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment is simply because she's incredibly popular.
Oh, wow.
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people can't get enough of her.
Ah, so she's like a celebrity.
First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that way before.
Yeah.
Wait! Paimon gets it now! The Hydro Archon is kinda like a big celebrity here,
Yeah.
right?
Just for once, the Archon is very popular in their
I
nation.
suppose you could say that. Perhaps you could even say our mascot.
Interesting.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about. You should show some more respect.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more respectful in front of visitors. Otherwise, I might get arrested and find myself face to face with Monsieur Neuvillette.
Dang.
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something disrespectful about the Hydro Archon.
Seems the people of Fontaine really like the Hydro Archon, but they don't appear to revere her.
Alright, I think we get it. Thank you! At least
Interesting.
we now know that we can find the Hydro
It's like they don't
Archon
worship
at the
her, but
Opera
they
House.
they appreciate her as a celebrity.
Who knows how long making an appointment will take? Guess we could have a look around the city in the meantime. Hey! What are you looking over there for?
There's a girl standing there. Lynette!
Huh. Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she?
I mean, she can probably swim.
Maybe we better go check on her.
Alright. Prelude of Blanqueur and Nossuire. Okay. What's up, Lynette? Hey, you good?
Hello there. Excuse me. Are you alright?
You good?
Huh? I'm fine. Thanks.
Oh, okay then. We just noticed that you seem to be worried about something.
About many things, actually.
Huh?
But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles to myself. I
Okay.
was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there. See?
Uh-huh.
You're pointing at the sea. Wait,
Huh?
are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
Maybe they're mermaids?
No people call the waters around Fontaine a sea. It's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water.
Okay.
And no, I can still see that hill clearly in my memories. Now, it's been completely submerged. We
Oh,
would
it's
skip
sunk?
and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone brightly, and the air was filled with the scent of the sea.
Alright.
But now, the water is gradually swallowing our memories.
Yo, wait.
It won't be long before it swallows us.
Yo, what?
Sorry. Paimon doesn't really get what you mean.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting.
Oh, it's Linny.
Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh, and
You are?
Thanks for
Linny.
looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette.
I didn't realize they
If
were
I
major
had to
characters in this
guess,
plot.
I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine. We were just talking with your sister. even though we didn't really get what she was saying.
Yeah.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all.
Oh.
I'm usually the only one she ever talks to.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason.
For some reason. There's hardly anything left for me to say when you're around, Paimon.
So that's how you think it is?
Yeah.
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Dang.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories? And that it won't be long before it engulfs you too?
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now.
What?
Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. There's no doubt about what's happening in Fontaine now.
What's happening in Fontaine? Is
Where
it sinking?
to begin?
There's a... What?
Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally greeted each other yet, have we?
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
Hello, traveler.
Okay. Pleasure to meet you. What is he doing?
And hello, Paimon.
Okay.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're not poking fun at Paimon, are you?
Huh?
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in Fontaine.
Why do I feel
when
like he
making
stole
new
something from
friends.
us?
You should remember it. It might prove useful.
What?
Oh, all right then. Well,
I don't trust
Paimon's
that.
just happy to have a local friend now.
I don't trust that.
By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the Opera House to meet the Hydro Archon. Would you be able to show us the way?
So you're going to see Lady Furina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the Opera House later myself. I'll gladly take you once I finish things here.
All right.
Please, follow me.
All right, so I guess let's follow him. I feel like he did something to us. I don't know. I don't trust it. Why don't I trust this?
You said you were going to see Lady Furina? Well, it seems Lady Furina has come to see you.
What do you mean? What? That's not Lady Furina. What? Oh, that's Lady Furina. Huh? I think. Oh! Well, that was fast. I feel like this is the fastest we ever met an Archon.
So, she's the Hydro Archon? But how did she know we were looking for her?
My dear people, rich and poor, those
Well,
with cup
she
in
sounds
hand
dramatic.
and those with nothing at all. Raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu.
Okay. You know, I realized there's a lot of female Archons.
As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation.
How does she know this?
Come,
Well, I guess
let
she's
us
the
make
Archon.
a toast
She
in
can...
honor of this traveler and her
Detect it?
companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Why do I...
Is she talking about us?
Why do I got a bad feeling? Nobody here seems to be holding a glass.
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you left in your wake as you visited other nations. But
Okay.
I welcome you nevertheless. No, I have come to receive you personally.
You know what?
Fear is
All the
for
other ones
insignificant
Didn't really receive us like this, so I appreciate it.
I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. You can be rest assured,
I see clearly your sincerity.
Uh-huh.
Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do.
Yeah.
It will allow you to truly
that's what we were gonna
behold
do.
my power and witness my authority. Intelligent people always gather under the correct banner.
Okay.
I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro.
Okay.
And acknowledge the value and significance of your trip.
All right.
Now, you may rejoice in this.
Well, finding the Archon was easy enough.
Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for
I mean,
a
really,
few
we literally only been here for a few
But
minutes.
the Hydro Archon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe it? A little over the top?
Well, you know, thereabouts dramatics.
Miss Hydro Archon? How did you know we were coming?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic
Well, dang.
understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre.
I like how she has water
and
drops in her eyes.
excellent. I suppose it's only natural for you to be awestruck by my abilities. You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god?
Huh?
All it takes is a flick of my finger for me to know
Oh, that guy
everything
snitched.
about you.
Or not snitched.
Whoa. Talk
I guess he
about
just
sounding
told her.
high
He
and
reported
mighty.
to her. Feels like she can't get over herself. She's definitely, a little prideful. Maybe a little narcissistic.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough?
Whoa! Wait, I didn't say anything.
What else should I say then?
What? What do you mean isn't enough?
Is she waiting for us to start talking?
What?
I didn't expect to see Lady Furina here. What a surprise!
Okay, I love her. I love the
Does this
outfits
mean
here in
they're
Fontaine.
the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
Okay.
Hey, what's all the commotion?
Huh?
Is that Lady Furina? Is there some kind of drama going on?
Maybe she's jealous
course.
that we have
That's
more
the
fame.
blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about. Lady Furina came here to personally see her.
A duel?
Oh, I bet this is gonna be the duel of the century.
Wait. I thought it was gonna be a surprise, a celebration
Got to
party,
see
a
this.
welcoming party.
I knew Lady Furina would never disappoint.
Why are they expecting a fight?
Yes, but don't get too excited now.
Huh?
My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy. And despite the noise, I've come to tolerate all
Oh, she's so
their ruckus.
narcissistic. Okay.
You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between
Excuse me?
myself and this traveler from another land.
Excuse me?
Just as you were hoping
I'm not
to
trying to
see.
fight no Archon.
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Nah, you know what? Bring it on. But come on down here, fight like a lady. Come on now, Lady Furina.
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine?
Sounds like you're afraid.
What are you
not
trying to
afraid?
do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
She asked for the fight.
Stand down, Clorend.
Oh, Clorend,
I
okay.
admire her bravery. Few have the courage to draw
She just
their
said she wants to
sword
fight.
against a god. She is obviously a true warrior. Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for excitement.
You just asked for the duel, though.
Huh. Yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor.
Criminals?
They're getting a bit old, to tell the truth.
What do you criminal?
Then, as the god of justice, I shall face this traveler in another kind of duel. A duel in court!
What? What?
Right. Now that'll be worth
Wait,
seeing.
why are we putting on trial?
Right. This is Fontaine, after all. Such a grand opera house. It would be a pity not to use it.
Why are we even going to trial?
About the crowd's reactions. Seems you've spent a little too much time in the opera
No, but
house.
like, you know how you have to have committed a crime? We didn't commit no
Besides,
crime here.
How exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
We haven't committed any crimes. We literally just arrived here.
Oh, we have reason to put you on trial. It's obvious, isn't it?
Obvious?
According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month. You are clearly guilty of violating this law.
Because Paimon's flying?
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong. That's our Lady Furina. No one
This
knows
sounds
the
like a
laws of
BS law, I ain't gonna
Fontaine
lie.
like she does.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, flying object? You mean Paimon?
She's a person.
Precisely. Now, if you two have no objections, then in the name of the Hydro Archon, I order your arrest.
What the freak?
My apologies, Lady Furina. I don't mean to spoil the fun. But if you would allow me to interject, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You
Yeah.
tell her, Linny. Finally, someone who's not crazy. How could anyone call Paimon a flying object?
Great magician Linny, my beloved citizen. I'll permit you to object, but how exactly do you plan to prove your claim?
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show.
And?
So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
What? 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 What is that?
Ta-da!
What?
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did Linny do that?
When Linny patted you on the back? Huh? So, what? So what does that mean?
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the traveler's hand all along. It was just that no one could see it before.
Ah, okay.
You call that magic? You've got to be joking.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty good. Nice one.
So Linny was trying to help us out.
I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady Furina's charges no longer hold water.
Okay, W Linny. W Linny. Why is Furina trying to arrest us anyways, bruh? Why are you trying to arrest us?
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist that I enjoy. With you here, today's performance can finally be called complete.
All right.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
Huh?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved.
What?
The god of justice will not bring charges against an innocent person.
Yo, we got questions.
But when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands.
Huh?
I look forward to seeing
What?
your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny and Miss Lynette. That's enough for now. Toodaloo!
What? What was this whole welcome? This was barely a welcome. She was about to arrest us for no reason. Just for a performance. What the freak was that?
And just like that, she's gone. Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. We never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just now was really...
Thanks for bailing us out. Did you know that was gonna happen?
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case. I didn't think it would actually come in handy. So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Furina is?
Narcissistic.
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Is she really that reasonable?
Anyway, Paimon had no idea
She doesn't even
you
sound
were a
like she knows what she
magician, Linny.
wants.
It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. Lynette is my assistant. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine. The Opera House.
But isn't the Opera House where criminal trials are held in Fontaine?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances.
Okay.
To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance can be a little blurred. And speaking of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by fate. Might I invite the two of you to see my performance?
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the Opera House anyway.
You know, we'll be delighted. You did save our butts.
In that case, why don't we go together? I'll show you the way. I just have something to take care of first.
Is there any way I can help?
You really mean it? Then I'll take you up on your offer. This is a magical item known as a magic pocket.
All right.
Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people here.
Magic pocket.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that. You asked me before about the prophecy, right?
All right.
Let me start by telling you a little more about what it entails. I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating around Fontaine.
All right.
It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin.
Okay.
No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned.
So the water's rising.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Well, that's tough.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
And why only Fontaine?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely? Why bother feeling guilty all the time?
Paimon does have a point a little bit,
That's exactly what
I
the
guess.
people
I don't
did
know.
at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been completely submerged, and now lie beneath the sea.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them to death. We hope that at least the people who reside near the
But is it
waterfront
gonna
can move
drown
away before
Sumeru
it's too
too?
late. So we've started distributing magic pockets to them.
And what does that mean?
As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure they will come in handy when people are moving their belongings.
Well, how fast do you think the water's gonna rise?
It's like preparing for a rainy day.
So if the prophecy is true, then there's no way.
A bit of rain.
There's no way to prevent this disaster?
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? We're just tiny specks in the grand scheme of things. Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby. Be sure to convince them to take it, regardless of what they say.
All right. But what I don't understand is it rising like in Sumeru too? It has to rise in Sumeru as well.
So you're the blonde traveler that everyone's been talking about. My apologies for not recognizing you earlier.
There's a magic pocket.
Oh, a magic pocket? Seems you really thought of everything. I guess it's better to prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
You know?
Thanks. Please, also thank the magician on my behalf when you get the chance.
All right, that's one person. Who's next? Member of the gods.
What's this? So you also believe in the prophecy. Keep it. I won't have any use.
Yo, I just noticed this robot.
What?
I didn't even notice that.
You mean you don't believe in the prophecy?
No,
I just saw it
believe
twitch
in
for a second.
prophecy, but I also believe in another story.
Another story.
The story says that people once lived in the ocean. They were one with the ocean and couldn't live apart from it. As
What?
time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood vessels, encapsulating the sea within their bodies.
So
Thus could people set foot on land.
what?
So, if you ask me, when the water rises and takes us all, it'll be like we're going home.
We hadn't heard that one before. But people can't live underwater. They'll die. You should probably
Yeah. Take it. Take it.
All right, I'll take it. I guess I just feel that being dissolved into the water doesn't necessarily mean death.
All right. Yo, by the end of this, Fontaine gonna sink? Where's the last person? Where is the last person? On the boat? Hello! I'm sorry for, intruding on your boat.
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, it's still gonna be a long time before the water can cover everything. Life is all about living in the moment. What use is there in worrying about the future all the time?
Yeah, okay.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen soon anyways, but something tells me it's gonna happen in this arc. Something's gonna happen in this arc.
All right, fine. Thanks. It's just that if I start moving, that means I've already given up on the life I have now. I'd really rather not.
I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon either. But, you know, I guess no harm in being careful.
Oh? You already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what did people have to say? I bet you heard some, interesting opinions.
Many are quite stubborn.
Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
I mean, how soon do you think disaster is gonna strike?
Anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since we're out and about, I was thinking about bringing him some more materials.
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look like and we'll help. Many hands make light work.
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll need some romaritime flowers. I remember
Romaritime
seeing them
flowers.
near the waterfront on the east side of the harbor.
Romaritime flowers. Let's see. Look at us running errands for people. But Fontaine so far looks really, really pretty. Like, I know I've been here before, obviously, to farm some stuff, but I didn't, like, really explore, you know?
Since we have to use Hydro to collect romaritime flowers.
What?
No, my sword!
Oh. Interesting. Okay. I did not realize that.
Time to act.
I would not have known that. Okay. It kind of works like the frozen flowers and the fire flowers, I guess. Man, if Paimon didn't tell me that, I would not have known, though.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced traveler. I've also finished collecting a few here. Maybe next time you'll feel like helping too, Lynette.
Was that shade? Was that shade?
No way. I'm in power saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may not have any energy left for the performance at the Opera House.
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that we're finished here, we should get ready to head back to the court of Fontaine.
Alrighty.
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head to the Opera House? Good. Paimon wants a tour of Fontaine's largest city and try...
She wants to try the food. What? Did they just turn around and leave? What? Did they just ignore?
Wait,
what?
Shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
What? No.
What's wrong with her? Paimon didn't notice anything.
What's up with her?
She's obviously a thief.
Oh, well.
Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't discover what you're really doing.
Okay.
Watch her movements carefully.
Well, that's obvious. That was obvious, in my opinion. And she lingered too long.
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps we should split up. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run.
Understood.
All right, let's go.
Bro, listen. Something tells me, what if there's a law against this? What if there's a law that says you are not allowed to catch petty thieves. Now the Hydro Archon is going to arrest you. Oh, look at this. This is kind of cool. How pretty. How long is this elevator? Oh my goodness. All right, let's get this statue of the 7. Oh. Interesting. Look, there's a whole railway, but like a water railway or highway that you can literally ride. Wait, what is this? Oh, what's it called? Don't mind me just taking the Hydroculus. Wait, where am I supposed to go? Oh.
This is the spot where Linny wanted us to wait.
That's such a pretty dress over there. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love the outfits in Fontaine.
Oh, look. Isn't that her?
Get ready to stop her. Come on, Paimon, make a move.
Oh no. Did she notice us? She started running the other direction. What should we do? Should we chase her?
Yeah. Our job is to block this path. The rest is up to Linny.
Right.
All right.
She might also be trying to lure us away.
True. You wait, but there's no sign of the thief. Where'd she go then?
Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Linny caught the thief.
Well, let's go find Linny.
Yeah, let's go.
So now what?
How long
So... where'd she go?
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
Dang,
No,
she got away.
That was all. Oh, I can't thank you enough. I didn't notice a thing earlier.
Wait, maybe he caught her.
Anyway, I should be going now. Thanks again.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her.
Oh.
She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground.
Dang.
By the time I looked back, she was already gone.
Dang, I wonder if we're gonna run into her again.
Direction she went, but Linny twisted his ankle, and
Oh,
I needed
no.
to make sure he was okay.
Will he be able to perform?
Oh, did you get hurt, Linny?
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all. In fact, it's feeling better already.
All right.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine what would happen if you managed to derail our
Yeah, I was thinking
performance
about
as
that.
a result.
You're right. Sorry, Lynette. I have to admit that the thief was even more skilled than I had anticipated. But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't a complete failure.
Uh-huh.
What a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end, though. Linny's initiative paid off.
All right, let's put this little detour behind us.
Alrighty.
We should go to the court of Fontaine now.
So now we can go to the court of Fontaine. Ride the aquabus to the court of Fontaine. Aquabus.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around. People in Fontaine really know how to use water.
This is an aquabus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine.
I wonder, does it more like
It's
teleport
pretty
you,
convenient,
or is it
But the
slow?
ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same. That's why it's better to travel with friends.
So you mean
Okay.
it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
Oh, doggy!
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, Well, you don't really talk that much.
Oh, man.
Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at home.
Whatever.
The sibling rivalry.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
Ooh, I actually am looking forward to see what this looks like. Wait, who's that? What? What the?
Oh, excuse me. Aren't you the great magician Linny and his assistant Lynette?
Oh, that's Charlotte.
Hello. I don't believe we've...
This is Charlotte, the one who takes pictures. Right?
I'm Charlotte, a
Yeah.
reporter for the Steambird.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you.
Wait, could that be the legendary traveler who's been making headline after headline in their journey across Tibet?
I guess you could say that.
Amazing! You recognized everybody almost immediately!
Does she know Paimon's name?
I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who's who, would I? Wow, today must be my day. Who knew I would end up on the same boat as so many VIPs? Could my vision finally be showing me some favor?
So, Charlotte, what do you usually report on?
Well, when there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House.
Smart.
You can
Smart.
still
She's like
manage
the
to
shade
keep
room.
readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle, even if it's the same old topics.
Uh-huh.
For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships.
Whoa!
Or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days.
Okay, that would definitely get my attention.
That's
Whoa.
fine and all, but what I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news pieces that could shake the country. These smaller stories are a waste of my talents. Oh, I just remembered. I've been following a case lately. Well, a series of cases.
Well, I feel like we're gonna solve a mystery type
You mean
case.
the serial disappearances of young women case.
Ooh.
That's right.
That's probably gonna be the
These
story
stories
here
are
in
the talk of
Fontaine.
the town right now, and it's probably the most mysterious case we've ever seen.
Yo,
I'm
young
the
woman
first
going
with a
missing?
draft
That
ready
sounds a
to
little too
publish when
close
the
to real
case is
life.
Finally cracked, and it's the headline story in the Steambird.
You sound a little too excited about
When
that.
that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy. I've already gathered all kinds of materials. I just can't wait for the truth to be revealed.
So, what
Okay.
is the serial disappearances of young women
Yeah.
case? You mean the culprit hasn't been found?
That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years ago.
Oh, 20 years.
And
I thought it
ever
was
since,
more
After
recent.
a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that the girls are all of a similar age, and that they've all vanished without a trace.
Huh.
But the scariest part is that to this day, none of the girls have ever been found.
Nah, that's actually scary.
Many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen.
Then there must be more than one criminal at work, maybe.
Yes, it's possible. But
A
either
crime
way,
syndicate?
I
I don't
believe
know.
that every case has some precise truth behind it, waiting to be exposed.
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation.
Yeah.
I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a way to track down the
Aw,
culprit.
that's sweet.
Please don't imagine that, Linny.
You continue talking on the aqua bus, and before you know it, you are arriving at your destination.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
Ah, so this is the court of Fontaine? Is this like the capital of Fontaine, or is this just one city in Fontaine? Huh. This is so pretty. Like the architecture and everything like that. Like this is way more advanced than any other place we've been. Like Leeway was nice and all. Inazuma, it wasn't that built up really. It was more like still villages and all that. These are cities. Sumeru only had Sumeru City, and even still, it wasn't completely like built up all fancy. This is very like, I don't know, fancy. This is very detailed and like,
Well, I
don't
really
know.
enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this. Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quickly. I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late.
all right, see you, Charlotte.
Okay, Paimon hopes we can chat again soon, Charlotte. See ya! Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time.
I'm surprised she didn't ask for any exclusive story.
Tough job. Always running around and interviewing everyone. Well, where should we go now?
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still have all the materials we collected.
Alrighty.
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge, Paimon wouldn't know where to start anyway.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, I've never been here before. I definitely haven't been here before. Yeah, no, I have not been here before. Okay. This is so, oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. This is so gorgeous. We gotta meet Catherine here. Court of Fontaine. Where is this? Yeah, we've never been here before. Look at all these little shops and stuff. Y'all, this is so pretty. Look at all the little kids and their little outfits. I just love how all the shops look and stuff. Snack shop manager. Garlic baguette. Bruh. Fontanian onion soup. Fish and chips. Pâté de fruits. Fistos. I don't know what that is. Fanta. Special drink. It sounds like Fanta. Let's just get all of them. Why not? I'm rich.
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else
He's the
go?
one that can go underwater,
I have
right?
some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon.
Father?
I suppose that can't be helped. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Hello.
Hey?
You, Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
You have a big family.
You sound very proud to have a diver as a brother, Linny.
Yeah.
Linny, could you come here for a moment?
What's up?
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me?
It's alright. You go ahead. We'll chill here. We'll chill here to handle the family business.
Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a little housework. Sorry for the interruption.
What? I don't believe that.
Before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to get any, Fremine?
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them
He
to
sounds
you.
depressed.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater work. All right, I'll take these to the
He's
workshop.
like, man, I just talk like this, man. This is depressing, man. I don't know, man. Man. Ooh, a dress shop?
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago? Fontaine's weather sure is weird.
This might be why the water's rising.
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House, but don't worry, it'll clear up soon enough.
So that's probably because the Hydro Archon.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went, every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain.
Dragon of water. Is that? Oh, maybe that's why we had to do that quest with Nahida that had to do with dragons.
When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top of my lungs.
Please don't cry
Hydro
today.
Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
Another one of those elemental dragons of
If it's an
Tevar.
elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual. Let Paimon want to try something.
What, you gonna yell at the sky?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
I don't think that's gonna help.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is
That's
just
tough.
a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play along.
Sheesh.
Sorry. It might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps it can't be comforted by the words of strangers.
Good point. After some time, the rain stops.
It rained for longer than I suspected. Oh, it's already getting late.
Was there something you needed to do, Linny?
Aren't we supposed to go to the performance?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last aqua bus of the day. On the day of the performance, just ride the aqua bus to the island of Errands. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
All right, go ahead, Lenny.
Oh, are you leaving now?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. You feel nervous delivering the materials for the magic pockets, is that it? Perhaps we could trouble the traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont workshop and deliver them to the owner there? I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted. And the boss there tends to be pretty talkative. Fremine has always been a little afraid of her.
Oh, okay, makes
trouble
sense.
at all. Don't worry, we're on the case.
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when
Don't
it comes
call
to
yourself
such
useless.
tasks. I'll think of a way to make it up to you.
Oh, no need. This will be a walk in the park for us.
Okay, I want to go and, where is the... Oh, it's up there? How do I get up there? Finally! Oh my goodness. Wait, what did I select? I don't know what I selected. Is this level 3? It is, finally. Here we go. All right, let's deliver these materials.
Hello? Is there anyone here?
Oh, we
hello
have a
there.
show to get
New
to.
customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made?
Man,
perhaps
things
you're
are
just looking
so
for a chat with me.
advanced here.
Oh, no. We're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are. They're for making...
Magic pockets.
What were they called again?
Ah, these must be for magic pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several orders worth now.
Do we need to pay?
No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, I even offered them a discount.
Wow.
But they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run. It seems both their hearts and their pockets are made of gold.
Whoa. So, is Linny actually loaded?
I can't say for sure.
I thought
but
he was...
Who knows?
I don't know.
Maybe there's good money to be made being a magician.
I didn't
in
really get the
Fontaine.
impression that he's loaded.
Hey, is this
I don't
machine what
know.
you use to make stuff here? It looks really advanced.
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology. And wasting is a kind of crime.
But where does a big machine like that get its power from?
Huh.
Well, it's a little complicated. I'm not sure I can put it in layman's terms for you, but basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium.
Indemnitium?
It's a type of energy that's produced from trials.
Produced from trials?
How can trials produce energy?
How?
Well, I'm not completely sure of all the details myself, but basically, when a trial is in session, the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale harvests people's belief in justice
That's such a
and
long
converts
name.
it into energy to be used all around Fontaine.
Okay, so basically if
that's
people
what its other function is?
didn't have any belief in it,
Paimon heard that the
then
Oratrice was
there'd be
created
no
by
power?
the Archon to make judgments. But Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines?
Well, Venti and Nihida both said the gods rely on belief to obtain the power.
Oh, yeah! So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief and turn it into power for all of Fontaine, right?
I guess so.
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before, it sounds like it makes sense. Besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called pneumosia. It isn't produced
Pneumosia.
by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now, it still cannot be widely used by civilians.
Okay.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're already talking, I'm sure you wouldn't mind a few words with me.
Who's that?
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Confrérie of Cabriere by next month?
Huh?
Why are you hounding me now?
Who are they?
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't
They look
go
gangster.
running off by the end of this month? I want 50% today. Wait, no, 70%.
Whoa!
Huh? You...
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials. Maybe now's a good time to leave?
Dang, we're gonna abandon her?
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect payments,
Child!
why don't you settle your own debts first?
What?
If Confrérie of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us first, before you get back to your little
Hold on
conversation
now.
here?
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next month. Why are you hounding me now?
The same exact words. The same exact
Traveler,
words.
Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting
We're
to see her.
surprised to see you too. What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
We sure seem to run into a lot of friends today.
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now, and honestly, things have been pretty boring.
Dang!
But it seems
We just
that
got here.
fate
We're trying to
brought
have
our
some
paths
fun.
together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, but ones who always seem to find trouble. Either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
I just don't think it should be.
Sure,
We should
want to
call each
avoid
other
anything
friends.
that you'd
I don't
find
know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far, right, Traveler?
I think we've weathered enough storms for now.
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy. Aren't you
That's
forgetting
disrespectful.
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there for a while?
Oh!
You kidding?
Dang.
Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our thumbs while you catch up with your friends?
Yo!
Listen to me, boy. If you want your
Whoa!
mora, fine. Why don't you come and take it?
Listen to me, boy,
Hey,
it's crazy.
I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing, Tusser said,
Hey! That's way over the line!
Yo!
All right, boys, let's see who has to pay up now!
can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients, you're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense.
Oh.
You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
I mean, go ahead. They're all yours. They were messing with that other person anyways.
I'm sure this won't take long.
Wait, what? Oh, I get to fight as him. Oh man, I forgot. I forgot his freaking. Bruh, take out his sword. Take it his sword. I forgot that he uses his bow and arrows and stuff. Yeah. There we go. What? This guy's alive? Die.
What's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank? Wait, don't tell me you're...
Yeah, he's a
Now
harbinger.
you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank. Got it?
Sheesh. Sheesh.
Huh?
Huh? What happened?
Now's my chance!
What just happened? Oh, he still punched him. He was like, I don't got my vision working right now, but I still can punch you out. What just happened? What just happened?
I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them.
Look at them running.
Maybe there's something wrong with my vision?
Strange. How could that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of someone losing control of their vision.
Interesting.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
You better not use your delusion too often.
What are you doing in Fontaine, child? And don't say it's work for Northland Bank.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
What?
Huh? What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when do you feel down
What?
about anything?
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot to learn about myself.
Okay.
But recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me.
What does that
And
mean?
I don't know why, but every now and then I feel like I'm in a terrible mood.
Huh? Maybe it's the delusion.
Maybe you losing control of your vision just now is connected with that power you're feeling inside.
That is a possibility.
So about this power, do you have any idea where it came from?
I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell into some unknown abyss.
Whoa, that's a
It
big
was during
detail
that
we never
time I
heard.
learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and taught me was named Skirk. She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching me combat techniques.
Okay.
One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, it was because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me.
Huh.
She said that all my combat training would be useful in the future.
Interesting.
But what is it? What did you awaken?
She never explained that. But my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw when I had just fallen into that abyss.
Okay.
In my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in front of me appeared a whale that was so massive, I felt like I couldn't breathe.
What?
A whale?
A whale.
Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale that seemed to look at us. Is that the one?
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind. I'll never forget it.
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. Seems a little twisted to Paimon.
It's very possible that the power inside you is connected to your incident in the abyss.
So why don't you just go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss.
Huh?
But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into the abyss.
Interesting.
Oh, it sounds like some kind of ghost story.
So Skirk isn't
I'm
even
out of
around
leads
anymore,
at this
basically.
point, but there's nothing
I
more
mean,
I
I
can
know
do.
they're releasing
It
Skirk
seems that
soon.
strange encounters in this world tend to be elusive like that.
But I guess I'm just trying to guess why they're releasing Skirk now.
Seems the
I
time
gotta
really
find out.
flies
I'll
when I'm
find out.
talking with you. I just remembered I have somewhere else I need to be, so I should get going.
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
No, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists whenever I'm feeling bored.
Official champion duelists? You mean it's their job to duel?
Yep, in Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel with an official champion duelist. The champion duelists are all-powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. And the duel itself is a no-holds-barred fight with no specified stopping point.
Okay.
So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. But if they lose, they'll have no choice but to stand trial. And the worst-case scenario is that you're simply killed in the duel.
Wow!
Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty, from what I can tell, no one has ever been officially sentenced to death. So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why gamble with your
Right?
life?
That's crazy.
So, do many people actually get out of their trials by winning the duel?
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the nation respects the honor of its citizens. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was itching to face them as soon as I got to Fontaine. Apparently, the one I'm meeting today, Clorend, is the strongest of the champion duelists.
Oh boy.
I had been asking her for some time before she finally agreed to face me today.
Oh boy.
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before. Clorand.
When we met the Hydro Archon.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have this.
What? What?
Your vision? You're seriously just giving it away?
What?
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel. So, I think I'll be better off without it for now. Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come retrieve it when I have some time later.
Interesting. How is this gonna play a part in what we do?
You just want an excuse to come talk to us again, don't you?
Whatever gave you that idea? I'll be in touch later.
All right. I didn't know Child was gonna be an important part of the Fontaine story.
That sneaky guy. He said he's been feeling down lately, but he seemed the same as ever to Paimon. Well, seems we don't have much to do for now. We might as well walk around and see the city before Lenny's performance.
All right. All right, under Paimon's enthusiastic leadership, you walk all around the court of Fontaine.
Wow! Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely around for most of the story was the murderer all along!
Wow, why would you spoil the mystery for everyone else?
Sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. Whew. Paimon never saw that twist coming. The murder mystery novels here are amazing.
Never thought I'd see the day when Paimon would enjoy reading.
The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but Paimon thinks this style of novels are more, well, novel. It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a copy and read it too.
You already spoiled who the murderer is.
Oh, sorry about that. Paimon will be more careful next time.
But yeah, this is why you talk so much. You talk too much.
Hey, shouldn't we be heading to the Opera House to see Lenny's performance soon? It's almost time for the show to start, so we should get going.
All right.
Lenny said that the Opera House is on Errands, so let's go ride the Aquabus.
Errands. So where is it? Oh, it's over there. When does the Aquabus head out? Oh, there we go. I know I can teleport to the island, but I want to ride the Aquabus and see, like, I don't know, I want to see the sights. I want to see the sights. I want to see, like, I want to experience riding the Aquabus. Okay. Where are we going? Did we take the wrong one? Wait, did we take the oh, we took the wrong one. I am so sorry. We are leaving that Aquabus. Now we're on our way to the island, the right island. There's so many more cities in Fontaine.
You will see the famous Fontaine Research Institute up in the sky.
That's the Fontaine Research Institute, okay.
Turned new sightseeing opportunity.
Oh.
We are now approaching our final destination. Please be sure to bring all your personal belongings with you as you disembark.
Alrighty.
Even though I will take any forgotten items to the lost and found, the paperwork is rather annoying, as Melusine hands are not suitable for grasping pens.
Dang.
Please be careful when disembarking. It has been my honor to be your tour guide this trip. Thank you.
I appreciate you. So now we need to go to the Fountain Plaza in front of the Opera House. Is that a guard dog? That is adorable. That is adorable.
I'd like to see how this turns out. Whoa! Now this is fancy. The Opera at Eclairs. What a place to hold a performance. No wonder Lenny and Lynette were looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
I wonder why.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child.
Oh.
We pray.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peaceful life.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
Interesting.
Vache.
What?
What's wrong?
Who just talked to my head?
Vache. Vache.
What? Did you just say something, Paimon?
No, Paimon didn't say anything. Are you hearing things?
Well, whose voice was that just now?
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
Lynette!
Bro,
here.
she didn't even talk loud. How'd you get scared?
Lenny
Scared
asked
cat?
me to wait here for you. Remember?
Right.
By the way, Lynette, I seem to hear a faint voice just now.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
No, it's like the voice was coming from the fountain.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you? Besides, it's the middle of the day. It's not the time for eerie things.
I see. I might be able to tell you something that could help explain the voice you heard.
Okay.
In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
It's because of her sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would hearing a voice have to do with elemental power?
Yeah.
When do you cry, Paimon?
What?
What? What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. She cries all the time, bruh.
Just answer me. When do you cry?
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon's super happy.
Yeah.
Oh, and also when Paimon's really, really
All the time.
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions.
Okay.
Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here.
Interesting.
So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
I'm not sure whether I buy it.
So, what did the voice say?
It was calling out someone's name.
Huh. If you were hearing their emotions, then Paimon wonders what happened to them.
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about my brother first. Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Lenny might help him relax a little before he goes on stage.
All right.
Oh, right. That makes sense. Let's go in and see Lenny.
All right, let's go inside.
Traveler and Paimon, good to see you. I knew you two would come.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived. But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house. Wait just a moment, I'll fetch the tickets.
Alrighty, thanks, Lenny. He's treating us like a celebrity. Ooh.
The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seat.
Why, thank you, Lenny.
And here are your tickets.
Ooh, front row seats. Thanks, Lenny.
Wow. We're VIP up in here.
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Hey, Lenny. Could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
Let's get busy.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Lenny.
So, are we gonna go in from the top, from the bottom? Ooh. Wow. This is gorgeous. This is crazy. Okay. So there's our seats. Who's that? Who's that?
Oh, these should be our seats. Come on, let's sit down.
Okay. Wait, who's next to us? Oh yeah, Paimon doesn't even have a seat. She's just floating. Is that Nouvelet? This is awkward.
Hey, Traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the
You know how
person
loud
next
this
to us.
sounds with the
Since
echo?
we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still. It's kind of awkward if we don't say anything.
Nah, you're up, Paimon.
You little... Of course you put this on Paimon.
Hey, I would stay quiet.
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry.
Well, now it's more
I would
awkward.
be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Now I feel more awkward.
Oh, so you heard all of that, did ya?
It's so awkward.
You should have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down.
No, it's loud!
Wait, that's not it. Paimon's... Sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So, let's talk, but, what should we talk about?
This is getting even more awkward. Oh my goodness, bro. Why is this so awkward? I'm getting secondhand embarrassment, bro.
Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Linny's too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Okay.
Oh, so you're not friends with Linny then? Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second. Paimon nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
Yeah, we almost got arrested.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tevat, and as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in person.
Wait, Nervillet?
Nervillet. He's the one of the judges.
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Sheesh.
Whoa! Sorry for being so rude just now. Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really.
Oh, he's kind of humble.
And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to, there's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now.
Oh!
I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression.
Oh, dang. I didn't even notice.
So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become... flustered.
Yo, the way I didn't even notice her.
Huh? Oh, it's Furina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face.
Girl, quiet down!
She has no idea that you saw right through her act.
Bruh.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
He's like, we gotta indulge her. We gotta indulge her for a second.
So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations, and the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Okay.
Hey, the show's finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Paimon's never seen a real live magic show before!
All right, the crowds enter the venue, and the curtains open for the show to begin.
Oh, they're dimming the lights! The show must be starting!
Paimon, talking too loud.
Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Yeah, shush.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny. And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
What? Nobody's clapping.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, I just got too early.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Why would you out her like that?
Whatever.
Now,
She's like, whatever.
Some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today.
Oh, so they're giving away
Both
their...
Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, okay.
Good point. That's what makes the show real
All
magic.
right.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough. Oh, and
I'm
before
curious
I
what the
forget,
show's gonna be.
There's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye.
Huh?
A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear.
Okay.
Or appear. The possibilities are endless.
All right. That was a smooth transition to a cutscene, I ain't gonna lie. Nothing's in the hat, all right. Ah. Ah.
Huh?
Yo. Ah.
But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary.
Like, you gonna saw someone in half?
This one's a little tricky.
What? Not the dove coming out of nowhere. Wait, not Lynette?
Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely.
Oh?
Right before your very eyes.
Oh? Hopefully this doesn't go wrong. Hopefully this doesn't go wrong. I'm scared for her. I'm scared for her.
It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top.
What in the world?
Oh no. I told them to check all the props carefully.
Huh?
With the lid on, even air can't escape.
So what?
An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now.
But?
Luckily, it's me on stage.
So what?
Let me show you what a true virtuoso can do.
Bro, she gonna lose air. Whoa! How'd that happen?
Lynette, are you still there?
What?
Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
How did he do that?
I'm back.
Uh-huh.
What in the world? How did that even... I don't even understand. I don't even understand. I'm impressed. Call me impressed. I'm tickled. I'm tickled.
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Paimon didn't seem to do anything.
I don't even know, but a magician never reveals their tricks.
How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
No wonder he's a famous
If
magician.
we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking.
True.
To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
Is that a message for later on?
Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
Thank you, everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here.
Oh?
The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen.
Okay, all right.
I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is still my assistant after all.
Okay.
In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member.
Okay.
Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here and one is there in the aisle among the audience.
All right.
I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap. Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box.
All right.
Now, please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
I feel like there's a pathway under the stage.
How's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks?
Paimon,
or does
Paimon,
Lenny
shush.
have actual superpowers?
Let's watch and see, Paimon. Shush, everybody can hear you. The whole opera house can hear you.
The lucky
Might as well get on
audience member
stage.
will be generated by this random number selector. It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meropide.
Oh, okay.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown? Like this. 60, 59, 58.
All right.
Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh, Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that.
I mean, I'm sure Lenny's prepared.
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58.
60, 59, 58.
That's right, perfect. Keep it going.
I'm interested to see how this goes.
Right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
I wonder if this is gonna go wrong.
54, 53, 52? Huh? Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is.
All
Merely
right.
a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
All right.
All right. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something.
40, 39, 38.
Huh.
Mr. Lenny, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, midair right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all.
Maybe it's part of the show? Whoa.
What was that noise? Did you hear it too?
Did that come from the stage?
Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it.
You know what I'm worried about? I'm wondering if the girl's gonna go missing.
25,
Because you know they were just talking about girls going missing?
What's wrong, Mr. Lenny? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration.
Huh?
I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
Huh?
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20 seconds. Here's
What?
Counting.
19, 18, 17.
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. I
I
apologize,
think this is part of the
everyone.
bit.
It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
Yo.
10.
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think.
Oh boy.
Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait. Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside.
Let's see.
Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7.
Hey, slow down! Honestly.
Let's see. I'm just a little worried that what if someone messed with this?
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0.
All right. Let's see.
Ta-da!
Okay, he did it. He did that. Let's see the girl come out now. Let's see the girl come out now, though. Where's the girl?
Huh?
The girls could go missing. Oh! Oh my goodness. Oh, that shocked me to my core.
Huh? Is this part of the show?
I don't think this is part of the
Mr.
show.
Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
Where's the girl?
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers.
Yo.
Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
This is crazy.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
Why do I feel like
No
she's
need to
not
be alarmed,
serious
you
in her
two.
role? She sounds
We'll
like
get to
she's
the
not
bottom
even
of
sure.
this soon enough.
What in the world? So was the girl even in there? Or did the girl just completely disappear? Because you know how like the good been saying girls have been
Unfortunately, the
disappearing?
person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's
What?
magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage.
Huh?
As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And
What?
after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl
What?
is nowhere to be found.
That's so weird.
It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance, and there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young
That's
women.
crazy.
The serial disappearances case?
Lenny, why are you involved in this?
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
Yo, to pull it off like this in front of an audience, including the Archon and Chief of Justice?
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that badly?
Girl, I don't even know if you know what you're talking
Our
about.
powerful magician, Mr. Lenny, is now the prime suspect
No!
for the serial disappearances case.
No!
Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
Yeah, I feel like with him, like he wouldn't have done it right in front of everybody.
This all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being
really killed someone
chosen,
right in front of
did she
us!
not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation.
Dang!
A bald-faced challenge.
That can't be right. How can Lenny do this?
Nah, that ain't
He was
Lenny.
in the box on the stage the entire time. We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
It's hard to believe this all happened during the
Save
show.
discussion for a later time, please. Lady Furina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Lenny and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
Hey, we're not associates, right?
I just think that he... Well,
She doesn't
think
seem
it
sure of
might be a
herself.
little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
Why is she so unsure
Well, the way
about...
Furina said just now makes perfect sense.
Okay, she's definitely
Looks
acting.
like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
I feel like this girl, it's like she puts on a performance, but she doesn't actually judge people. She doesn't even do her job. You know how like it's like you're supposed to, if she's the god of justice, she needs to be enacting justice, but it sounds like she doesn't even know what she's talking about.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show. Lady Furina said it all.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me
she confuses
even more
me.
than the obvious truth before our eyes is the opponent I'll be facing. That's right. I mean you, traveler.
Why do you want to fight us so much?
After all, he was the one who helped you the first time we met.
Bro. She just wants to fight us so bad. She's jealous of our name. Like, I'm sorry. I trust Linny.
Then there's no problem at all. You know, the Traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met. But with Linny's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But
Okay,
draws really are the most boring possible outcome. So no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest
What
of
does
stages,
this have?
the Opera Epiclese.
What does this have to do with anything of what's going on?
Draw? She obviously lost last time.
Bruh.
I understand.
What does that have to do with what's going on?
Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Well, Traveler.
I'm sorry, Linny.
Seems Lady Furina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Linny's attorney and defend him in this case?
Yes I am.
Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth.
Danganronpa in Genshin Impact!
Linny and his troop are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot Outlander can build in such a short amount of time.
Sheesh.
I'm really quite looking forward to hearing it.
Why do you doubt me? Don't doubt me.
Linny!
Bruh. Are you okay, Linny?
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cal. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer?
No.
Good to hear. Thank you so much for trusting me. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not. And I don't know why poor Cal was in the box.
Maybe you need to explain your
As for
trick.
how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out what they did. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that
freak?
which is possible.
Where'd you get those glasses?
I bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh?
No, it's goofy.
Don't worry. Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
I think they
Okay,
look
bruh.
cute on you, Paimon.
Aw, you're just being nice to her.
Taste, Lynette.
All right.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now. I need to get back to my normal self.
Someone just died. Being depressed isn't that bad.
But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys. Thanks for that. We'll be counting on you.
Yes, thank you so much.
I won't let you down.
Yeah, just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Ah, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential
Bruh,
trade
we need to
secrets
know
as
some
magicians.
stuff.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
Yeah.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art.
That
We've
is kinda
poured
tough.
countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened,
Yeah,
then
if you don't
want to
go to
well
jail or death penalty.
We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating.
When is Paimon gonna take that goofy thing off?
Let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case. investigation going?
We're Linny and Lynette's attorneys.
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Furina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Why?
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see.
What happened?
The deceased is one of Linny's assistants named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him.
Okay.
The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged.
Okay.
As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside
Why was Cowl inside?
This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these
Why would he do that in front of everybody?
He doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys.
That doesn't look good.
There's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their
don't make
hand.
me doubt Linny.
I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence.
But they can also be the most reliable evidence.
Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good.
Alright, bruh.
Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
Alright. You can use the case record to confirm your current evidence and clue collection situation. What the freak? What? Bro, this is Danganronpa! You can check as yet undiscovered evidence and clues in the case records. Use the perceptive skill to find evidence and clues that can be investigated within a certain radius around yourself. This will advance your overall progress. Yo! Deceased identity was Cowl. This is kind of crazy. Yo! This is kind of fire. I love when Genshin adds new mechanics. Yo, I was gonna see if Paimon still had the goofy thing. She still has it on. That's actually hilarious. All right, so E to investigate. Wow, this is so interesting. So let's talk to them first. Gotta talk to them?
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
Interesting.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector?
Yeah, what's wrong with it?
There's something wrong with it?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time.
Okay.
I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance.
Okay.
In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out. Linny reserved our seats for us too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Dang, thanks for, sorry to bother you.
Even though it's bad for Linny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
Yeah. All right, the device was used during Linny's magic performance to choose a lucky number, but it was gonna generate the exact same number no matter what. All right, so now, let's keep looking. Let's look at this. Examine the damaged box. The broken magic box was left on the scene after the guards completed their investigation. Looking at it now, the water tank must have struck it really hard. Oh my goodness. Can I talk to him? No, I see that's checked off. To go here. Maurice?
Hello there. What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list.
Could you tell us who she is?
Sure. It's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Interesting.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
This is a crazy plot line.
Okay then.
Thanks for letting us know all this.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us.
Will do.
It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
All right. All right, so she isn't known to be connected with anybody. Investigate that.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
So either Linny didn't realize this was a safety concern, or...
Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler?
Huh. I'm just looking at where the rope snapped.
Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material. Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
It seems to be some type of flash cotton.
So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that
Someone
means...
switched it out?
Wait, Paimon should write all this down. Let's take notes.
All right, so the location of where the rope snapped was made of flammable material. All right, so now this is where the magic box is struck. If Cal weren't inside the box at that moment, he might have dodged the falling water tank. There's something over here we need to look for, right? What am I supposed to look for over here? Talk to him?
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too.
Oh?
If you find any new and interesting leads,
who are you?
Be sure to share them with me, all right?
Who are
I
you?
don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Linny's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps.
What?
Jumping atop the water tank, or something like that.
Huh.
And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
Wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
I don't know.
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing.
Then wouldn't the water tank have started to swing a bit?
Oh, that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
That does remind Paimon,
though. What was with that sound?
Yeah, now we gotta write that down. I forgot about that. I definitely forgot about that sound. Okay. Examine the magic box. Looks like an ordinary box, but Linny somehow moved instantly from the stage to being inside of it. How did he do it? Where else are we supposed to look? What? What's out here?
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
It's Navia!
Huh? You mean us?
Why is Paimon still wearing
That's
that?
right. If I'm not
Not the
mistaken,
bodyguards.
you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns.
Everybody's so dramatic
and pursue
here.
the truth. No. And by the looks of it, You're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
No.
From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it.
So
and
what?
Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president.
I don't know what that
Those who
is.
play by our rules call me boss.
Okay.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Melus. Demoiselle's
Shouldn't he be
various
Silver,
daily needs and
since he's
affairs
graying?
are under my purview.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names?
Well, I am the second generation president. Melus and the others are still used to my previous title.
Oh.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No, no need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rosula.
Yeah, what is that? What is Spina di Rosula?
All merely trifling details. Never mind.
Oh, maybe she's a detective
now,
agency.
Back to the situation at hand.
So you want to investigate
That's
as
right.
well?
I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so too.
Yeah,
That's why we're
at least
looking
someone
for clues
was
now.
on our side.
But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Alright.
Furina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she? But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away.
Yeah.
Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Furina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust the Hydro Archon either. She
What's
just
your
seems a
opinion?
little dramatic.
I must admit that she can be interesting at times. But liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her.
When you put it like that.
All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me.
She has one of the best outfits
In your
ever.
opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
Interesting.
Well?
Not
And
always.
why would that be?
Doing so makes it easier for the truth to fall by the wayside.
See, Silver and Melus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, Demoiselle. I too think that the traveler's response was most excellent.
Uh-huh.
No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Melus. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying colors.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate
I
it.
need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Yo, we are Linny's attorneys. You
well,
are not.
I can be the assistant. Sure. Or your companion, if you like.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really not that fussy.
Stay in your place.
That's more like it.
I think you're missing the point, Paimon.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth.
All right.
You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances.
Oh, so they're
In this
more like
sense,
investigating the
our goals are
disappearances.
aligned.
You have a point. Huh. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister?
You're not even looking at it.
And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
All right.
Alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Linny's tricks. Thanks!
All right. I don't know what that was all about, but okay.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. we're representing Linny and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case.
Yeah.
Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes. After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection.
I'm not gonna lie, anybody could just topple you
The
over.
missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on.
What about during the show?
I doubt there was much opportunity then either.
Why?
How can you be so sure,
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time.
And?
I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post. And I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave.
Interesting.
We Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
What is a Melazine?
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here.
Is there a back door?
All right, thank you for your help. This will be useful info.
Okay, so maybe whoever got the girl is part of the guard.
Note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
You've arrived. Who's this?
She's our new assistant?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower.
Okay.
Sorry.
Everybody's
got a little carried
has some
away
kind
there.
of act. Like,
Call me
everybody's an
Nadia.
actress, an
I'm
actor.
a partner of theirs, and we'll be helping investigate this whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
All right.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this
Yeah,
magic
I knew.
box.
It's probably a passageway.
Prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick.
Oh, I think
but
so.
before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here?
What? What?
I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh.
All right.
Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Okay.
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back of the door isn't the same.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
There's another box inside this one?
Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
All right.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box.
Interesting. And this passage linked the 2 boxes together?
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
Okay. So someone forced Cowl into the box.
Of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it.
Interesting.
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps.
Okay.
The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
What was your side of the trick?
Right. You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end.
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand.
Okay.
When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
Oh.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Huh?
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant.
Ah.
And by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick.
Interesting.
Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked.
Interesting.
Wow. Every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last.
I can tell a lot of thought was put into this.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel
Yo,
and
Lynette
escaping
coulda
before
died,
the box on the
low-key.
trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
Okay.
We really don't know how that happened.
Right.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off.
Huh.
Yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
All right, we gotta investigate down here. All right, so we know the magic trick now. All right. So, let's examine the control board. This should be the control device for the trolley. It seems to be able to operate automatically. All right. What is this? A vase broke?
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Who slipped?
Speaking
I mean,
of
who
which,
broke it?
Why would there be water here?
Maybe it was for a trick?
Oh, Paimon knows. It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear. And here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
Nah.
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Right.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
Yeah. Okay, Detective Paimon. So not that. Maybe that was the noise. Investigate clothing. What?
These are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience
Not
is
them
wearing,
stripping
right?
her down.
Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
What? Linny didn't mention the guest having a wardrobe change. Bro, they stripped her down.
Right. And
This
do
is
you really need to do
this
that
is
if you're
insane.
kidnapping them?
Plot line.
Ugh, this is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
Y'all, this is actually sinister. Why is it sounding really sinister? Like, oh no. What is this? Investigate tracks or examine tracks. High precision is required to complete this magic show. Tracks are perfect for making the trolley stay on its designated course. All right, all kinds of props and costumes are haphazardly stuffed inside. Okay, what's over here? Look at the trolley. The trolley is crucial for transporting the magic box to the other side. The culprit must have used this to execute their plan. Is this a vent?
What is this place?
Looks like a vent.
It seems someone could fit through here.
Huh. Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here.
Other than those that go through the magic boxes.
You're right. Let Paimon write that down.
Huh. A tunnel vent, but leaving along with the missing lady seems like an unrealistic prospect. I mean, unless they put them first or something. Anything else? I don't think there's anything else down here, is there? What is this? A grappling hook?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope.
Huh?
Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Lenny didn't mention this earlier.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it first.
Yeah. Dropped hook rope. Alright, return to the surface.
We're just about done investigating down here.
Alright.
Yes. Let's head back up. Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns.
Okay.
Seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Right? I'm confused.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
It would seem so.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Furina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Dang!
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides.
The Oratrice will too?
That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the Oratrice. To put it simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. And not that this has ever happened anyway.
Fascinating.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
I noticed that Furina has, like, no say in all of this.
Paimon thought Neverlet called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment. Which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice.
Bruh, it's almost like Nouvelet is the actual Archon.
The guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Huh? Why?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
So what, we gotta sleep and eat and poop
They're
here?
concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Dang!
Whoa!
Yo!
There's no need for that. Paimon thinks
He's gangster.
That said, are they providing food?
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
Well, now is not the time to be picky.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too. I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all.
Paimon!
Just kidding! Just kidding! Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here? But how?
Where?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Alright. What, we're gonna make a bonfire out of the box?
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
You know what? Fontaine, I like Fontaine.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Good work, you two.
He's like, I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snacks soon enough.
These three are quite the interesting group.
Must be the Spina di Rosola thing. Navia methodically handles the ingredients and pulls fresh macarons out. Oh!
And Paimon
wow!
good while it was still in the oven. Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop drooling.
That looks good, I ain't gonna lie.
The way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
I like them. That's not quite what Paimon meant, but okay.
I was just thinking, aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack.
Oh.
Anyway, give these a try, fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
Nice.
Only 3?
Paimon, be thankful.
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite, strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit.
Why don't you take a break as well?
No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber. However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines.
And nobody noticed.
The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
And why do this right in front of everybody, like killing Cowl?
Do such a thing right when everyone was watching.
Right. We're left with the 2 other people, the missing girl and the deceased.
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel. Resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction.
Yeah, why'd they discard her clothes? That's what freaks me out about this.
Since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
There's no evidence that this 3rd person even exists.
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this 3rd person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims. Whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowl.
Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowl before making her escape?
She had no way of knowing how the magic trick worked.
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guards said that she has never had any dealings with the magic troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great.
They do look good.
Nice and crisp and super sweet.
You're getting off topic though.
My specialty after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
Whoa.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest.
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
It's fine. If you ate them, you ate them.
Wait, even you don't believe Paimon?
What?
How could you? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach.
Wait, so did she not?
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Malus, set up the stove again if you would.
Huh?
What?
What are you doing?
making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Oh, there's no need for that.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
Well, they don't care.
I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
They'll do anything for her.
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
Navia does a second round of baking over the 2. Okay, however, the discussion that follows does not yield much progress.
That's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
All right, thanks for your help.
Yeah, it really is giving Danganronpa.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Maloose, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
All right, probability of 3rd person being involved. All right. Wait until the trial.
It's time to put our heads together.
Oh no.
We've gotta get our defense ready for the trial.
Oh.
It's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare.
I'm worried, because if they ask me...
Take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
If they make me actually have to know what's going on, I'm scared. What if I don't know what's going on? Case record?
Whoever the murderer was, they must have made preparations well beforehand.
Okay.
This rope was obviously tampered with.
Okay.
People needed to register and reserve a seat for the show.
All right.
Paimon doesn't get this at all. You think about it for a bit, Traveler.
They were trying to disguise her, probably.
Why would it be him?
Oh, dang it. There's 2 things. There's 2 things in the tunnel I didn't see.
That size wouldn't have been a problem for Paimon.
I missed 2 things in here. There's 2 things. Dang it. All right. Was Paimon wearing that all night?
The whole situation is so confusing.
We gotta take things step by step.
Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Furina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Hopefully not.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
All right, so... where are we going?
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
You might be cooked, my bruh.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
What if you get the death penalty?
Well, now, don't you all look disappointed. Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed.
I'm sorry. I know a lot of you guys say she's the best Archon, but she's kind of annoying me.
That was to be expected, of course.
I don't know.
The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence.
I don't know. I like Nahida better so
Don't
far.
let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Just you wait.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session.
All right.
Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Right.
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
All right. Linney clearly reveals the details of the magic trick everyone in the audience
Thank
has
you,
done.
Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Furina. Do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open.
Okay.
Mr. Linney is clearly lying.
Why is she saying he's lying?
There's no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
I mean, that's facts.
Oh, is that so?
Ooh,
And
the
if I
cut,
may ask,
split
what
frame.
did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
Okay.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
Okay.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
True.
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
How could Linny not know about that sound?
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
What? Uh-oh. Oh!
Look at those scales.
Uh-oh. They probably represent the Oratress's stance on the trial.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself.
Oh, that's crazy.
You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye.
Why didn't he hear it?
Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye.
She's kind of annoying. I'm sorry, guys. She's kind of annoying.
Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
What is that?
The House of the Hearth?
There for two. Wait, what?
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
Well, this is crazy. Well, this
That's
is crazy.
Irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Well, that's crazy.
Then
Yo, I like how the
could tell
transition
us
and
everything
stuff.
that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it.
Yo. What?
The Outlander is speechless.
Oh, I don't want to hear your thoughts.
My, don't they look flabbergasted?
Yo, look at her cheering in her head.
Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy.
Why is she almost like a villain to me?
Those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Huh.
Hey, Linny, why didn't you tell us this before?
Huh. Linny and Lynette are for two.
Order! Order! Mr. Linny, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Furina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true?
So he wasn't in the box? There's no doubt about a magician's ability to con others. Given how Linny has concealed his identity, this could have all been set up beforehand. Plus, Child is here in Fontaine, along with other house operatives. There must be some scheme at work here. I've been a victim of such schemes before, and now...
Please answer my question, Mr. Linny.
Ooh, you mean business.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
Yo.
I knew it.
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
Oh my goodness. Permission to speak,
Granted.
Your Honor. My client has withheld some key information. My defense cannot proceed.
In that case, what is your request?
I request a brief adjournment. There are things that must be discussed.
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say!
Yeah,
Your
respect
request is
him.
reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
All right.
So you would stick to Mr. Linny's defense even after knowing what you do now? You
Yo,
certainly
this
have
twist is
more
actually
professionalism than I
insane.
thought.
This twist
In
actually
that
is
case,
insane.
My dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
She kind of ate though. She kind of ate with revealing that they're Fatui. She kind of ate with that. Even as much as she annoys me, she did eat with that. Linny, why didn't you tell us? So now we're backstage. Come on now. Explain.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
So what?
Yeah, sorry. Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two.
So did they take the woman or not?
We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad!
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain.
Come on now, you better say something.
I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
But how can we know this isn't just another lie?
So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
You are a criminal, though.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but...
You gotta explain the other issue. Where were you when the trick was being performed? Because now, it's revealed he wasn't in the box.
Right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now.
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
And what did you find?
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice.
What?
Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
But why do you want to understand how the Oratrice operates?
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
Really? Or
That's
is this
the only
Fatui
way
thing?
we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
I barely trust Child.
You decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
I believe in the facts. And I believe that judgment will be dispensed as it should.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense.
I get it. Watertight. Get it? Because it's Hydro Archon? Actually, we have the key evidence. The German's almost over. Let's go back.
Oh, Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
Linny's statement. All right. The voice in the Oratrice core chamber. All right. Well, let's continue this trial. The brief adjournment ends and the nail-biting trial reconvenes.
Both parties have returned to their positions.
I love how they're
Let
doing
us
all
continue
the
trial.
you know, the size split
When
screens
last
and
we
stuff.
left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Furina as fact. Therefore, Lady Furina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
All right. Whatever.
Ugh, that took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linny's perspective.
All right. Based on the opposition's account of events, you can identify loopholes in their statement. Oh no, this is This is Danganronpa. Use evidence and clues obtained during the investigation to refute. Oh, shoot. Use your refutations to convince the audience and obtain more support from the people. When you find and refute all incorrect content, you can complete the cycle of refutation and reveal the truth.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that the sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound.
Okay.
Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linny red-handed. So Linny proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box.
Okay.
Afterwards,
but then why proceed to kill him?
Unconscious Halsey to his accomplice
in front of everybody
through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident.
All right, so now what?
And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Furina's description of the events?
The key to refuting Lady Furina is the order of events. What Linny experienced and what he saw.
So now what? Identify loopholes. Enter the tunnel as the countdown began. That's... Okay. He did not hear, so refute. He was entering the Oratrice here.
Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal.
Linny's actions in the tunnel. Dang it. Hold on. The voice, loud sound, this. There we go.
According to Linny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel.
There we go.
He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Right. Okay, cool. So now what's here? Linny kidnapped Halsey. No, he was in the chamber that houses the Oratrice core, right?
Linny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core.
Oratrice.
This is the actual truth.
So what about this? Enter the tunnel as the countdown began. Okay. What is this? The existing evidence indicates that when Linny returned to the tunnel, the crime had already taken place and all Linny saw was this. There we go.
Linny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Okay. So those are the only things I can refute.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say! When the
Ace
countdown
Detective
started,
Paimon?
Linny did indeed go into the tunnel.
Right.
But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room.
All right.
Since he felt
okay,
something
Paimon, I
was
like
amiss, he returned immediately.
Inflection, intonation.
The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time.
What my thing is that how in the world did they have that woman change in 1 minute?
Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent.
Okay. All right, it's even now. It's even.
Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that!
Good job, Paimon!
Wasn't it awesome?
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
Yeah.
That's right!
My reasoning?
Oh, shoot. Moreover, I believe my opposition's reasoning is flawed. There we go. The onstage equipment was clearly tampered with in a premeditated fashion. However, you say that Cowell bumped into Linny by chance.
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill?
Right.
Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case.
Right.
What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Exactly.
Oh, they have a point.
Exactly.
That's right, you tell them! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around.
You know what I mean? We just built like that.
Your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims?
I mean, do you happen to remember how you refuted Linny's alibi initially?
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask?
Why is she so against
You're
Linny and us?
that he wasn't?
He wasn't. Your claim has now become my weapon. And my critical clue. What? Oh no. Oh, I don't know. Irrelevant, irrelevant, irrelevant. So it's one of these. This?
That's right! Linny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything.
Bro, I didn't know I'd have to
during the
choose something.
This means that when the crime happened, Linny had already entered the basement via the vent.
Right.
The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the
Yeah!
best proof. How do you like that?
Okay.
Well played.
All right.
To think you'd use such logic.
Yo, I actually love this quality.
Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Well, I actually don't know. The murderer was... Select the gear icons in the interface to check the corresponding case questions. Select answers and fill all the empty gears to verify the correctness of your deduction. If you have made mistakes, you must make another selection from the remaining options. Once you have answered all the questions correctly, you can complete this logic chain. The guard's investigation report indicates the fireworks released near the end of the show ignited and burned through the rope, suspending the water tank above the stage. This caused the water tank to fall and kill Cal in the box below. If Linny is no longer under suspicion, only the other members of the troupe would have been able to tamper with the props. Okay. What was the original plan for the performance? Linny gave a detailed account of how the trick was supposed to work. By using a box inside a box, the idea was for the box containing the audience member to be transported across via a tunnel underneath, and Linny himself would also use this tunnel to get to the other side. Having changed her outfit, Lynette and her assistant would take charge of onstage interactions. The other clothing belonging to Halsey, the lady who went missing, were found in the tunnel. The reason for this remains unknown. Okay? Who was the only person who could have committed the crime?
The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
Okay.
Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along?
And what is this?
Could there have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility?
A third person? Hypothesis incorrect.
The deceased.
No, why would Cowell do it?
Halsey
Her?
is the missing person and an ordinary audience member.
Was it her? Oh, well, it was Cowell then.
The deceased's name is Cowell.
Cowell did it? I don't understand. Cowell died though.
Huh? That can't be right. Are you serious?
Huh?
The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the deceased!
Oh,
what?
Is that so? How interesting! Let's hear your reasoning then. What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
So how can we envisage Linny as having been unable to interfere with the crime?
The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant.
Okay. Okay. How can I prove there was an altercation in the tunnel?
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. So there must have been some fear that she would attract attention.
Right? Who's the prime suspect currently?
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time.
Right? Where did missing Halsey
The
go?
sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well. No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So...
What? Did I do it wrong? Dang it. Hold on. The sound. Here we go. What is this? Where did the missing Halsey go?
It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent.
What is this? Who's the prime suspect?
The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant.
Okay.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment.
So that's a statement. Where did the missing Halsey
The
go?
sound we heard may have come from a clap.
Did I do it right? Oh, it's just the last one. Just the last one. The vent?
It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent.
The vent? What? What? Did I mess up? The criminal must have understood the methods behind Linny's magic trick and must have been in a position to easily modify the equipment. Leaving aside how he died, Cowell had all the means to commit the crime at his disposal. The strange noise could likely have been the sound of Cowell and Halsey struggling. Linny was not in the tunnel for 1 minute. This would have given time for Cowell to bring Halsey out of the magic box in the audience stands. But according to the guard's testimony, no one entered or left the opera house, so even if he had taken her, there was no means of exiting. Exiting from the box would have been a full view of the audience, pretty much guaranteeing they would be discovered.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
Well, where did Halsey go?
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff. And here I thought he had something to show for it. But it seems you're still far from the truth.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Magic escaping from the water tank? Wait, could it have been the water?
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
Did she turn into water? Did she turn into water?
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Hold on a second.
The vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence. The water.
The water? What?
Oh, Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind.
I didn't even think of that.
If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
What?
Just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick.
I request that we examine Cowell's personal effects.
Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend
Why does it sound like Furina's trying to cover this all up?
Very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about 2 completely different things.
I don't know if I like her, bro.
Even so, I trust the Traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress.
Thanks, Nouvelette. I appreciate it.
Please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased Cowell.
After some time, a guard returns with news.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste.
Nobody examined his body?
We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately.
What?
The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea.
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice.
Huh?
The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty.
Interesting.
The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject.
Also, why did
As
Cowell
such,
die?
We believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You gotta be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy.
Interesting.
It's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains?
Huh.
And if Cowell was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait!
Huh?
What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Where are you going?
Order! Order!
Huh?
It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results. But we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues.
Can the scales tip towards me, please?
Let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course.
Can the scale please tip to our favor?
If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all.
And how does it apply now?
Think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
Alright. So now, what item... Alright, he used
the
this.
Water from the primordial sea should...
That. What item did the culprit use to control the timing of the dissolution?
The rope that strung
The
the
rope?
water tank up was lit by the fireworks and cut.
And then what item did he use to hide the mechanism?
The rope that strung the water tank...
What? Hide the mechanism behind the crime? I don't
Now
know.
it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of triggering mechanism.
I don't know. Okay, switch those.
I remember there was something...
The box. Okay.
Ahem! It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again!
Alright.
In the
This is so
original
fun.
plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope,
Uh-huh.
and the number selector securing his target.
Alright.
When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward,
Dang.
Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel.
Huh.
With the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage.
Okay.
But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel.
What?
And wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
So, what did he...
That does make sense.
What did he run into in the tunnel then?
links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Oh, not the cheering. Why is it even? Put it towards on our side.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person? What a humiliation.
Yeah, get embarrassed.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death.
Right.
His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be
Dang,
related
that girl
to the
really got turned into
situation.
water. Who's the accomplice?
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence.
Oh.
I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
What?
That can't be.
Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you.
Well, what if someone put it there?
Does this not clear all doubt?
Bruh.
My dear citizens, my loyal audience.
Oh my goodness.
Allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close.
Bruh. No!
Lenny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Lenny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization. Am I right? Mr. Lenny.
Bruh. Oh my goodness,
We
bro.
used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here. Is this the end of the road?
We used up everything? We can't rebuttal?
Oh no. Paimon can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this.
Man.
Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to happen now?
I don't even know what to do, man.
I think we've all seen enough now, and we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning. I believe this is indeed the finale.
Oh boy. I think we only got one more
my
stage.
Good, noble Chief Justice. Should we not, in your view, move? Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Miss, I must ask you not to shout and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh. Right before your very eyes.
What?
Please, do the honors, Mr. Lenny, if you would be so kind.
What in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again?
What?
And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Lenny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf.
What?
But as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
How is he gonna bring her back?
And voila.
What? What?
Sorry for the interruption.
What?
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
What?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence.
What?
I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me.
What?
And then before I knew it, she caught me.
What?
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
So what
Where should I
happened?
begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowell. I admit it.
Why?
What? Why? Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt.
Huh?
I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before.
She was the thief from earlier! Bro, I didn't even realize it. I didn't even recognize her. She was literally the thief from earlier.
But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Linny was the one who caught me in the act.
So what, you tried to get revenge?
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief. Liddy
Bruh.
even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
So what?
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was onto me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me.
Wow.
I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box.
Dang.
There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Wow.
Did a person even hide in there?
I mean, a professional thief can
But
make
I
it work.
swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well,
Wow.
that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
Now it's time to refute the Hydro Archon's previous
This time,
reasoning.
we need to tell the entire story from Lillian's perspective.
Ah. Well, that was crazy. So Linny did enter the tunnel. This?
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lillian's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
Okay. Then Linny wanted all the credit. No. Then this?
The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but was smashed during the struggle between Lillian and Cowell.
Okay, so that means that people don't turn into water then? She knocked out, what's his name?
Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time.
I'm surprised she was able to knock out Cowell.
Thief.
I'm surprised she knocked out Cowell, bruh.
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved.
Which means, oh, because she's from Mondstadt. That's why it didn't work on her.
He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine,
but
was a thief.
That's why she didn't dissolve.
Made her way in by stealing a ticket.
But now we know how girls are disappearing. They're turning to water.
Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
Dang. Can the scales please tip in our favor?
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the opera house these last 2 days.
Yo, she stole the macaroons.
Desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
Bro, how did we not even see her?
All the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Bravo!
Bravo!
Thank you, finally!
Now then, Lady Furina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the question, Lady Furina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
Bro, was she literally about to leave?
What? Are you reading my mind now?
Bruh, this is embarrassing.
No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
You can't keep dignity if you're running away.
Look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now.
Oh my goodness.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen.
Why does he keep on selecting young women?
To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim.
Wow.
Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent.
What a great
While
story.
there is
That
much
was real
in
good, I
Linny
ain't gonna
and
lie.
Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case at least can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
All right. Interesting.
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
All right. Yeah, you can take off the silly costume.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Let's not celebrate just yet.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn.
What?
How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dared to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly, unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just following orders.
From who?
We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui.
Wow.
The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
Who's the higher-up?
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes?
Right.
Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know.
Wow.
Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve.
And they've been doing it for 20
It can
years?
also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration.
Well, that's interesting.
We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent mora off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about.
Who's the boss? He turned into water. Yo!
I know he can no longer talk.
It was that was like
ruthlessness.
Yo!
I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
Yo, it's like, you know how people be having bombs planted inside of them? It's like that. That is insane.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Insane. However, nothing is found on the scene apart from the liquid left behind after Vaughn dissolved. Yo! I'm glad we're not from Fontaine. I'd be terrified if I was from Fontaine.
We're just going back now?
I mean, we're not needed here anymore, but are we still gonna try and talk to the Hydro Archon? She don't even like us for real.
That's true, but...
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
Yeah?
Lenny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end. Even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui.
I just didn't want to see anyone falsely
I
accused.
Guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The Knave?
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
Oh. You know what's funny? When they said father, I was like, huh, that sounds like a Fatui name. But I didn't even think that they were gonna be Fatui. But I was like, that sounds like a Fatui name.
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story?
I don't want to hear your backstory.
It's about my past. Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift.
He tried to separate them?
You'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
What, he was gonna sell her as a slave?
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care. And they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law.
So what happened after
I
that?
managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood. And the knave standing there in the darkness.
What?
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans.
This plotline's kinda dark. This plotline's kinda dark. Are you saying that basically these girls were gonna be used as you-know-what slaves? Like, not regular slaves. Y'all know what I mean. This is an insane plot line. I never would have expected a plot line like this in Genshin Impact. I'm not gonna lie.
Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles.
Oh, okay, so the person who betrayed him was not
But she was also quick to
Fatui.
destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
The knave is after the Gnosis, isn't she?
She has her own plans.
And what is it?
She has gained permission from the Saritsa to first use the Gnosis' power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis.
Wait a minute! Am I tripping? I just realized. Is the knave Arlecchino? Is the knave Arlecchino? Wait, I just realized this whole time he's talking about the knave. I think the knave is Arlecchino. Oh, I forgot. Arlecchino literally takes care of orphans and children and stuff. Okay.
Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. Everyone at Hotel Bouffe d'été, including the knave, has their roots in Fontaine. And we will always defend our homeland. To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
I'm sorry, but I still can't completely trust you.
It's all right. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Linny.
I guess. I understand. It kind of sucks a little bit that we can't fully trust him. The same way with Child. He had his own agendas too.
Bye, Linny.
Dang. Like, Traveler's kind of ruthless. Traveler's kind of ruthless a little bit. Like, she's like, whatever, bye.
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too?
I'm sorry, Navia.
What's wrong, my dear partner?
I was really only trying to defend Linny. I wasn't necessarily looking to the serial disappearance case.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now? And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Yeah, we gotta go find our brother.
I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all. Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navia.
Ah, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer.
Aw, that's a nice compliment.
Sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Alright,
I mean, I'd just like to have
can't say no to
proper
food.
ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
Oh, if you say so.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navia's treating, count Paimon in.
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer?
Hotel de
I believe
Boer.
we'll make it just in time for dinner.
All
right.
Then, let's have our farewell meal.
All right. All right, so wait, that's the end of this. I guess that's the end of this act. I really enjoyed the mechanics, the difference of like doing the whole investigation, the storyline, the editing of the scenes. I thoroughly enjoyed this act. I actually really did. And I don't know about what y'all are saying about really liking the Hydro Archon, because right now, currently, she kind of annoys me. But yeah, we're gonna leave this here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and join the squad, and I'll see you in the next video.
Bye. Shawty's up in here, this an anthem. Walk up in the room to the beauty.